Hey everybody, welcome back to, well, I guess I don't really know. Should I be welcoming you back? Should I be welcoming myself back? Should I welcome all of us back? I'm not really sure. As all of you are probably very well aware, the past week has been a little bit desolate for any kind of content that of my make. And, I'm sure that a few of you have been wanting to see some more Dwarf Fortress. You're probably curious, hey, what's he going to do for his next series? And the day has finally come. Awesome Games Done Quick 2016 was really cool. I'm hoping that some of you, took the time to check it out. And if you did, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Let me know if you checked it out. Any of the runs were cool. If you didn't check it out, but you think it does sound interesting seeing, old video games being speedrun for charity, you can always find the VODs on YouTube. If you just search up AGDQ 2016, and there's a ton of them already uploaded. Like they were uploading them as the different speedruns or races were finished. If I could recommend a few of them, check out the Mike Tyson Punch-Out blindfolded race. Yes, 2 people raced Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for the Nintendo from Glass Joe to Mike Tyson completely blindfolded in 25 minutes. It was pretty interesting. So that one was amazing. The Half-Life 2 one was amazing. Battle Block Theater was hilarious. There were a ton of really, really good, entertaining races in there. So I urge you, go check it out and let me know what you think. So, we're going to get started. So I did go ahead and get the new Lazy Noob pack. Unfortunately, because the released Lazy Noob pack, the one that they're putting out for, the general public, is not compatible with the newest version of Dwarf Fortress, I'm having to use the quote-unquote cutting-edge version of Lazy Noob Pack because I really, really wanted to get into the new version of Dwarf Fortress. I didn't want to do a whole nother series before that because, as you guys know, sometimes my series might run for a month or two. So I really want to see what the, what the new stuff is. I haven't really read a whole lot on it. I just know you can get visitors and things like that. So I'm going to be learning. You might know more than I do. If you do and you see me do something funny or wonky, as always, just leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. So we are going to create a new world, and I'm going to, the first video or two are probably just going to be creating the world, finding a good site, getting everything set up. I have skipped that on videos before, but I was told by a few different people, they said, please don't skip that stuff. We like it just as much as you do. So if you're of the persuasion that you don't enjoy that kind of thing, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you just click the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and then close out the video and wait for a day or two. But right now, we are going to be doing world generation. Hopefully we can get that done in one episode. We'll see. Alright, so for world size, let's just go with medium. I like to keep the history. I mean, personally, I like when there's a rich history. I like that, but knowing what I know about FPS, I'd really like it if I could have a damn Civ that could survive the FPS monster longer than a few years. So it always makes me kind of shorten down the history. Number of civs, we could turn it down to low, I guess, but I don't like that. Number of sites, it's fine. Beasts, I'm going to leave it on medium. Last time I think we went high and high on beasts and savagery. We're going to leave it on medium this time. And mineral occurrence, we're going to go with we'll go with sparse. That's fine. If I put it, I like frequent sometimes if I'm just feeling, I just want something kind of relaxing. But I also like sparse because it forces you into making hard decisions about things sometimes. So, all right. So it is creating. This This is a pre-release build of DF Hack. Some structures are likely to be incorrect, resulting in crashes or save corruptions. Make backups of your saves and avoid saving if possible. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. I guess we could just turn off DF Hack. We could. I'm loath to do that. I don't know. I mean, if it crashes, it crashes. I guess we just restart, but I want to see the new stuff, guys. I'm sure that, you know, the Lazy New Pack and all that stuff will get updated pretty soon. So it's just advancing the years now. It goes really fast at first, but then goes a little bit slower as it moves on because more and more, you know, figures, historical figures are getting added into the game. And it's having to account for all of their actions. So because we chose a short history, I believe the year is going to go to 125. So yeah. But it's good to be back. It's really good to be back. I'm excited to be making some more content for you guys. It's always nice to take a few days off, but I confess there were multiple times in the past, you know, week where I was like, you know, I really need to be making some content. I really need to be making some content. You know, I just had that itch. You know, it wasn't really that I needed to make content because of, you know, business reasons or anything. It was just, you know, I enjoy making content. I like it. It's part of my life now. You know, I've been doing it for so long. I guess you could say it's even a habit. And so I got that itch. But I forced myself. I said, no, you're going to take a week off. You're going to take a week off. You're going to come back refreshed. You're going to knock this thing out of the park. So, all right. So we should be drawing close to the end of this history development. 125. Okay, so apparently the name of the world is Dele Camo, the Wondrous Universe. So we're going to, so it looks like it's interesting. We've definitely got some interesting stuff here. We have some haunted area with some gobos. Then we've got a mountain range. There's a lot of haunted here down south. Look at all this haunted stuff, you know. This island is very haunted. Looks like the elves have their own little island, and they're dominating the north. But there's a good amount of dwarves right in here, and then some more haunted stuff. The Crazy Tooth. Nice. The Jungles of Poetry. Sounds lovely. The Complex Water. Alright, well, I think this is certainly fine. Let's accept it. And hopefully we don't get any crashes. Knock on wood. Wooden desk. Always handy for warding off evil. So, let's talk a little bit about what I'm going to do with this series. So, I asked you guys for ideas. And, you know, you guys came to me with some really good ideas. I think, though, what I'm going to do for this is, because I'm not up to date, I'm not savvy about all of the new stuff that was, you know, added in with this new version, I think that I'm going to do more of a vanilla playthrough. We're not really going to have any... We're not going to be going really hard. It's not going to be something where we have this big... you know, like theme, like One Layer Fortress or like Tundra Embark or, you know, something like that. Instead, we're just going to be going with, you know, just seven dwarves, normal start, find a nice place, settle down, and do our thing. And we're not going to put any constraints on ourselves. We're just going to have some fun. So, I do apologize if that's a little boring for you guys. I completely understand. But, you know, being that, you know, haven't played in this version before, and also it looks like it might be a little unstable. I don't want to get wrapped up in something that we're really super attached to, only to have it crash or something. You know? And that also leaves us open to, like if a week down the road we're doing this fortress, but they come out with a new version that's stable of like DF hack and LNP, then we can make the switch, and then we could do some kind of a theme thing. Like I've been thinking about some different things. You guys have given some ideas, and by all means, if you have any other ideas, I'm always open to new ideas for Let's Plays, what you guys want to see. So. And also, if you're interested in having a dwarf in this fortress, like normal, just submit the name and any other pertinent details for said dwarf. All right, well, let's find a desired location. So, really, the only thing that I'm going to care about here is I'd like to have some flux stone. I'd like to have a river. We would love to have multiple of the metals, and we'd like a little bit of soil. That's really all I care about. Everything else, we can weed out after the fact. So, do our little search here. Okay, we're almost done. Looks like we have a few spots, so let's hit escape to browse the results. It's always the hardest part after doing this is always finding my damn cursor. So let's just start over here on the left. So we've got a dwarven sieve here. I mean, you can see by the blue omega symbols here. Alright, so if we look here, we can see potentially a spot here. And you can see here's a dwarven sieve right here. So this would be where we would be embarking at. And it is next to, it looks like the ocean. 2 biomes. The Singed Murk, which is a tropical saltwater swamp, is almost all of the tiles. It's sandy with shallow clay, very deep soil, and aquifer. I thought I turned aquifers off. I normally always turn aquifers off. I didn't turn aquifers off. Oh, great. And then, yeah, the tropical ocean. So, I think we're probably going to want to avoid that spot. Even I don't think we want to mess with an aquifer. I don't want to flood my fortress, if at all possible. What do we got here? Oh, another aquifer. That could be the problem here, is that if we're embarking on a river or a stream, I imagine there's a pretty high likelihood that there's going to be an aquifer. And if you're not familiar with what an aquifer is like an underground stream of water. And normally I just turn them off because they can be hard to deal with. You have to be very, very careful with them because of the fact that, like I said, they can flood your damn fortress. So, and then it's like, oh, well, we're done. So, all right, well, actually, let's go back into find desired location and aquifer. No, it's probably going to give us nothing now. It's certainly going to narrow it down, I imagine. See, like, so far, I'm seeing, like, nothing. No, I see a few green X's, I think. They're in the middle. Yeah, we've got a few options. Okay. So we're not entirely bereft. Alright, so let's move. Alright, right down here. So what do we got? What do we got? 3 biomes. First we have the Earthen Crest, which is on the western side, which has deep metals, so multiple, and a flux stone layer. We have the Granite Hill, which is to the northeast and east. A temperate grassland, sparse trees, moderate vegetation, little soil, deep metal. And then another branch of the Earthen Crest. The big problem with this embark, if you haven't already spotted it, which I'm sure you have, is the lack of trees. Could make it very, very tricky to do certain things there. Like, we would almost certainly have to dig down and try to start magma smelters. We'd have to have magma forges. Yeah. Okay, so let's go over here and see. It's probably going to be about the same thing. Okay, so Earthen Crest, again, sand, deep metal, fluxstone layer. Then we have the Granite Hill. Yeah. So, like, it's probably a little bit better because it has more tiles with that sparse trees, but it's not going to be many. We could also do underground tree farming. That is a thing too, but it takes a while to get going. So I imagine all three of these embarks are going to be very similar. So why don't we skip up here to... Ooh, there's even one down south too. Okay, we'll look at that one as well. What's this? The Crazy Tooth, no trees, moderate vegetation, but it has multiple constructions. What? I've never seen that before. Interesting. Does that mean that there's like a road running through my kingdom or something? But it has multiple metals, which is very, very nice. And then the thin desert to the north. Scarce trees, scarce vegetation. Yeah. So it's like a desert mountain range here. So these are probably all going to be the same as well. We may have to we may end up having to kind of back up off our multiple metal desire and go with just a single metal. Or what about this one? This is like our only hope. This is like our last hope. We have two spots down here. The Radiant Spines. The Aquamarine Hill. Interesting. Sparse trees. Calm surroundings, though. And then, yeah. What about this one? I think let's clear the find results and let's go for yes on. Let's just go yes and yes. So what this does is, before, the only way that we would get a hit is if one of the biomes had multiple of those. But now we're changing it up to where we'll get a hit if it has just one shallow metal and one deep metal. So we should get a lot more return on that now. Hopefully. I'm not real eager to run out and get into a situation where we don't have any trees. I think I'm a little bit gun shy on that, just because the last time that we went down and tried to set up magma smelters, we crashed the game. So, and you know, game crashes are like the bane of a Let's Player's existence, especially in like Dwarf Fortress, you know. All right, let's browse our results. So as you can see, we have a lot more options now. A lot more options. It would be really cool to have, how ballsy would this be? We're just like, screw it. We're setting up shop in the middle of the elves. F you elves. This is our town. Nice, I like it. Okay, so we have the Stern Towers. Scorching Hot. The Hill of Flashes. So that is woodland, but it's only like one tile. And it looks kind of like it's a budding elfland. I don't know. Actually, I don't think those are elves. I think that's just shrubs. I think we've got gobos here. And here, I think we've got elves here. Yeah, I think those are elves. So I think that yellow color just means shrubland. All right, well, let's look at some other spots here. Let's look at some other spots real quick. Like. What else we got? Okay, so this is next to basically just some dwarves. We do see some gobos to the southwest and a little bit to the southeast. Some elves to the north. The Lucid Mire, it's a tropical freshwater swamp. Looks like it's got some soil, which is good. Heavily forested. The Axe of Labyrinths. I like the name a lot. So it is single metal on both of those. Flux stone in both places. And it has some soil, so we could do some growing. And it's got a really cool name, which is very, very important. And the brook is the crooked, maybe? Crocked? The Mac of Thrones. Crickocked, the Mac of Thrones, whatever. Anyways, what about over here? So I'm gonna actually, I think I'm gonna mark this. Let's set a note here. And we're gonna add a note. Site, oops. Enter, there we go, site 1. That way we know that that's a potential site. All right, let's put a cut in here. I don't normally like to drag out the embark very, very long, but you know, I'm just having some fun. So, and hopefully you are too. If you're not having fun, then you know I do apologize. And like I said, you're not gonna be hurting my feelings if you just take a few videos off and then come back when the real action starts. So, until next time, game on.